Welcome, in front of me is a Oppo Reno 11F, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. So to get started, let's open up our settings, and in here I'm going to begin with the wallpaper and style, where you can customize a bunch of different things on how the device looks and feels. So going over a couple of these quickly, we have things like always on display, themes, fonts, and icons. And additionally, you can also change the colors of the accent colors, I think that's how they're called, and you can do that right here. And then below that we have also quick settings. Again, allows you to customize how the shapes here look like, and colors. Colors was the previous one. Last we have things like the edge lighting, which here will seem to be the most useless feature. And the fingerprint animation, which might seem a little bit more useful. And there's actually a wide array of different animations that you can choose from here. Now going back to the main page, next we have the home screen and lock screen, and here we have a bunch of different things. So we have things like the home screen mode, which allows you to choose from the drawer mode or the all apps smack in the middle of your home screen if you like that. Then going back, we have icon pull down gesture, which seems to be named kind of idiotically, considering pull down would be this way, yet you have to pull up. So just kind of showcase, it does give you a good animation for what it does, and basically what it is just a pseudo one-handed mode that you can access anytime. And just to showcase this off, I'm gonna turn it on. Let's try that. Come on. Not sure why it's not working. Does it say swipe upwards on the left or right side of the screen? Okay, so I have to do it like, not like this. There we go. So it looks like it, come on. Oh, the phone is just kind of lagging up right now. Yeah, so it looks like it has a bit of wonkiness, as you can see. So not the best working feature right here, to be honest. Now that I'm trying to kind of showcase this, yikes, that honesty sucks. But anyway, we can move over to other things. So one thing that is actually useful here is a swipe down on home screen, and by default it's set to global search. I personally prefer the notification drawer to be set by default, and what it allows you to do is just swipe down anywhere from your home screen to get your toggles and notifications. Much more useful to me rather than the global search. Now, considering I personally do use a third-party launcher, so I do have search in a different kind of gesture, so I don't really care for it. But personally, the notification drawer is much more useful to me. Now, moving on, let's go back, and we can now move over to the display and brightness, which I just misclicked. There we go. And we have things like the light and the dark mode, so you can swap between them right in here. But you additionally have the option for the schedule mode, so you can enable that, and it will allow the device to swap between light to dark mode, either from sunset to sunrise or on a custom timer, meaning that you can set it up so you don't get flashbanged by your device during the nighttime. And scrolling a little bit further down, we will have things like the screen refresh rate right here. So we have a couple options. We have the auto select, standard, and high. Now, for the most part, auto select will be the probably optimal option for most of the people, and for the very few that want to prioritize battery life and you don't really care about the refresh rate that much, you can select it to be standard. Under no circumstances would I recommend selecting high, as high just runs your device permanently at 120, while auto select does the same thing, but only when you can actually benefit from it. So as an example, right now the display would be running at 120 Hertz, or is running, but if I go back here, there's no animation whatsoever, so the display will automatically reduce the refresh rate to preserve battery life, while the high refresh rate would be running it at 120, even though there's nothing moving on here, so you don't benefit from that higher refresh rate, but your battery does drain quicker. Now, last thing that I wanted to showcase is under the notifications and status bar. And here you can go into status bar and toggle off a bunch of the different things that will show up in your status bar that you might not really care about from showing in there. So some things like, for instance, Netflix, NFC, I'm not sure why I thought about that one, looks to be turned off by default. Now, if that's not actually the default, you can toggle it off. You most likely know what is toggled on and what isn't. I personally like to basically turn off everything, as if I don't know if something is turned on, I can just kind of like swipe up, or swipe down more like, and have a look right here. But I can then also hide it from the status bar, as it is kind of useless for me to show. And there are some things that I keep always on, so it makes no sense for it to be showing up, like Bluetooth. I don't care to see it. Data saver, do not disturb mode, NFC would be one of those, and yeah, that's about everything that I would really care to disable. Additionally, you also have things that you can do with the notifications itself. So by default, you will have the showing notifications individually like this, but you can, for instance, compound them to a single number. So it will show you just how many notifications you have, not the specific application that they're from. Or you can just completely hide them from displaying just right here. You can still see them when you pull down your notification tray. And then we also have battery indicator, which is set, at least for me, in a way that I like it, with the percentage inside. But maybe you just like, for instance, vertical one, or maybe the circular one. Like I said, I like this one the most, though. Please get me the actual battery. There we go, inside the percentage. So, that being said, this would conclude the tweaks and tricks I wanted to show you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.